2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, basketball fans. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports, along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. I'm Ernie Johnson. Tonight, it'll be the Golden State Warriors going up against the Memphis Grizzlies. Looking at Memphis, they want to turn it around after the loss to the Nets in Brooklyn. They'll be up for this game, facing the team that defeated them in the conference semis last season. This is one they've been waiting for. Well, Coach Dave Joerger on the bench for the Grizzlies, as always. He's a coach who completely embodies the roster and franchise that he works for. Kenny, what can you say about Joerger's approach and how he handles his team?
He's not a guy that's going to be flapping his arms around. He's very quiet, hardworking, probably overlooked on how good a coach he is because his demeanor is so calm. But he's got a very practical approach. You know, everything he does. He's not flashy, but he's very effective, guys.
He embraces analytics.
Coming to you live on 2K Sports, it's time for NBA action. Joined in the booth with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. It's all about the Western Conference. That's where the action is today as the Golden State Warriors get ready to battle. This, of course, their first opportunity to play Memphis this season. They will be out for revenge after losing to them in last year's playoffs in 6 games.
They take on a team they knocked out of the playoffs last season in the conference semis.
Greg, would you suspect a little bad blood or bad feelings from the opposing side? They better be ready to scrap.
Now we'll look at Memphis's starting group. Conley and Allen in the backcourt. Randolph is the 4 with Gasol in the middle. And it's Parsons in at the small forward. Clark, looking around the league, there's no team that teams want to play less than the Memphis Grizzlies. They just wear you down.
Well, they play a physical brand of basketball. They play hard. Everybody's on the same page. And even if you beat the Grizzlies, they take a lot out of you in terms of how they try to wear you down.
Now, here's Curry. Pachulia dishes to Durant. Knocked loose. And Parsons kicks to Allen. And it's blocked by Curry. Fires the 3. The shot is off. Good work defensively by Conley. Gasol setting the pick for Conley. That's good from Randolph on the assist by Conley.
The screenplay worked ideally there, and I'm not talking about the screenplay you see in a movie theater. Gave him more than enough room to get that shot off.
Now here's Durant. He picked up 24 points in their last one against New Orleans.
And also, he competed on the backboards. That also had a lot to do with the game.
About a minute and a half through the first quarter. Shot off the screen, and it's good. Durant's got his first bucket of the night.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And, Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that. Michael Conley with excellent vision on that pass.
Curry with it. Conley picks him up. Here's Durant. Good, and Curry gets the assist. Durant's got his second bucket of the night.
You know, it's hard not to think of great shooting when you think of Kevin Durant. What he's really worked on over the past few years, though, is his playmaking. He's averaging 4 to 5 assists a game these days. Impressive.
Allen kicks to Parsons. That 3 off the mark. The Warriors have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Curry passes to Durant. Again, Golden State. Getting back to Durant's playmaking. It's something we've seen Jordan do. It's something we've seen Kobe, master. It helps those guys win championships.
Yeah, scoring yourself is great, but when you're trying to win rings, you have to trust and believe in others. And at this point in Kevin's career, he's all about that ring.
That's how you make an impact with defense. Once the steal is made, you know they're going to be scattered. The floor is open. Take care of business.
Always an advantage when you can get out in the open floor. You get much better rhythm offensively. And this lead, I think, is headed up.
And Thompson sends it back. And now here's Durant, the fast break opportunity. Up and in for the basket. Number 4. That makes him 4 for 5 now. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Warriors.
Great hustle defensively through the first half, contesting everything and racking up the block shots.
They've gotten their fair share of points off turnovers so far tonight, too.
Curry's shot is off.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
Here's Gasol. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A 3-point play chance here. Different look here for the Warriors. Anderson Varejau's checked in for Pachulia. West comes in for Draymond Green. Andre Iguodala is checked in for Kevin Durant. And it's Livingston in for Steph Curry. Memphis also making some changes. Duncan, he's checked in for Randolph. Carter comes in for Parsons. And Bees subbed in for Mike Conley. The Oracle Arena was rocking last season, and with good reason. The Warriors would finish a league best 39-2 at home last year.
And how about that 39-2 record put them one off of tying the best record ever in the NBA. That record, by the way, belongs to the Celtics with 40 wins back in 1986.
Allen, that's good. 52 seconds left to play here in the first. Here is Livingston. West outside. Thompson outside. Varejao dishes to Iguodala. Shot clock at 6. Out to Thompson. Fires it up. The shot's good on the assist by West. 6 points for Klay Thompson.
That's just run-of-the-mill for him. A typical day at the office. He's one of the more skilled offensive players out there.
Shot and game clock separated by 5. West against Duncan. Good-looking screen by Gasol. Gasol, a screen on Iguodala. That drive by Carter. Ball's knocked loose. It's Gasol missing.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
And that concludes the first quarter of play. The Warriors on top, up 8. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Oracle Arena in Oakland, California. And Steph Curry, a player within the gym range. He told us about his comfort stretching.
Anywhere 5-6 feet outside that three-point line, if I have a dribble, if I catch and shoot, if I have a good look, I think Coach will allow me.
I was going to say, Greg, how big must that hoop look to Steph Curry? And tough to guard might be the understatement of the day.
I mean, he is just an insanely great shooter. I mean, arguably, I don't think there's an argument. He's the best shooter in the world. The argument is whether or not he's the best shooter ever. And listen, I can imagine there's very few times that Coach Curry is not going to allow this Flash brother to let her rip.
And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. And the Warriors, guys, what jumps out to you in this game stats-wise?
You know, you can tell right now this team's on the same page. They are right where they want to be offensively.
Well, finding scores on time and on target with your passes, it makes scoring the ball easy for them.
So on the floor to begin things for Memphis here in the second quarter. Brandon Wright is out there with Chandler Parsons. And there's Carter. Then there's B, and it's Duncan in at the center position. Durant for 3. The shot is off. Now Memphis takes it the other way. Coming off that loss against the Nets.
And you guys know how much I love aggressive defense, but in that game, they were just a bit over the top, and it wound up getting them in foul trouble.
Yeah, exactly. I thought it was not just aggressive, it was reckless. I mean, they approached it more like bumper cars in a game of basketball.
And Green gets it to go.
Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding, and they're piling up the assists.
Pachulia, he's checked in for Golden State. Curry comes in for Sean Livingston. Then for the Grizzlies, Randolph comes in for Duncan. And it's Conley in for B. Well, you knew something was amiss with Durant last year. They eventually shut him down for the entire season after he was injured, which was the safe thing to do, and Greg, the right thing to do.
Absolutely. When you have a franchise player trying to work back from injury, no need to try and get a few more games from him at the risk of derailing his career.
Here's Carter. Green with the block. And that's out of bounds. Memphis will retain possession. Right now, let's bring up the 2K leaderboard and see the teams that really knew how to clog the passing lanes last season. The Warriors, 4th.
Well, when you talk about teams that had a great defense last year, you got to mention these guys. I mean, they were great at finding ways to come up with the ball. Deflections, loose balls, and steals. For Durant, KD did try to return last season, but that foot just wouldn't cooperate, and that's when they had to shut him down.
Curry against Conley. Shoots. And it's Durant, that time on the assist by Curry. Curry's got his 3rd assist on the night.
I mean, he was great in his last game, Clark, and clearly he has not lost that love and feeling. One last thing with Durant's foot. Foot injuries can be a scary thing in the NBA. Along with knees, those are the injuries you don't want to risk anything with.
Here's Thompson. Goes back up and fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2.
Yeah, just nice strength there and then just off with the shot.
Boy, with all the contact he drew there, Greg, that would have been a heck of a bucket. He nearly got it to go.
No good on the second free throw.
And Steph Curry, 6'3" and about 195. I mean, a slender frame. You look back to high school and college, and that was one of the question marks. Did he have the strength to succeed? And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
Yeah, no question about it. I mean, as they're looking to battle back, that's one of the key elements. You got to rebound.
And the Warriors with some changes. Varejao comes in for Green, and it's Iguodala in for Durant. Marc Gasol's checked in for Memphis. Allen comes in for Vince Carter. Here's Curry. The 18-footer is right on the mark. Curry's got 5 now. And speaking of Curry's slight build, he's worked up and bulked himself up. He's added some muscle. He even got up to 200 pounds, I think he said. But he didn't feel real good, Clark, at that weight.
Yeah, it's not about the weight, Kevin. It's about strength. You need it to fight through screens and attack the rim, and he's clearly put on the strength he needs to play at his highest level.
And it's good from the elbow. Curry's got 5 points now this quarter.
Boy, they've gone on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
It really has, Clark. The defense unable to react as quickly as necessary in terms of dealing with their passing.
You know, that's been a big part of their offense in the early stages. I mean, their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range right at the rim.
And, Clark, they might as well keep doing it. I mean, attack the basket until the defense makes an adjustment. And if that doesn't get them fired up, guys, nothing will.
Greg, just what the doctor ordered, huh? Some high-flying annex to narrow the deficit.
Tell you what, fellas, that could give them the energy boost they've been looking for. Boy, they keep hammering away at them inside, forcing that ball into the paint. Smash mouth basketball.
And Clark, it's a strategy that has served them well during the course of this first half.
And Chandler Parsons, boy, he can really give you a whole lot of everything. Length, quickness, skills, can shoot, pass, rebound, defend, the total package.
Catching up on the changes for Golden State. West comes in for Jaja Pachulia. And it's Livingston in for Klay Thompson. Memphis also making some changes. Duncan, he's checked in for Randolph. And B's subbed in for Mike Conley. Iguodala outside. West at the elbow. Outside Curry. Fires from the corner. Takes a big high bounce and goes in. Curry's got 11 points. And back to Chandler Parsons. His versatility is so valuable to any scheme. We've now seen that in both Houston and Dallas. He gives you percentages and good production every time out.
He does, Kevin, but the one area where I'd like to see him improve is his physical strength. I mean, to take his game to the next level, he's got to be able to play through contact a little bit better. If he can do that, we're talking about a guy who could be a perennial all-star.
And he gets it to go. 14 points for Steph Curry.
Boy, has he put his foot on the pedal here this quarter. He's doing a terrific job in terms of leading their offense.
Baldwin the pass to Gasol. The Grizzlies with another miss. That will count. Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
Nice shot there without a second to spare.
You know, as a defending.
And so a pretty lobster.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Ernie Johnson here, joined by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. We welcome you to the halftime show on 2K Sports. The first half was all about Stephen Curry. He had 14 points, 3 assists, and 3 rebounds. His great performance last game out seemed to carry right over into tonight. Taking a look at the Warriors, Kenny, what'd you think?
Well, they killed it on the glass, and they did it with high-level fundamentals. Blocking out, maintaining position, and going up strong to the basket. If they board like that in the second half, this league will continue to grow.
And Shaq, let's get your input on the Grizzlies.
Well, when you look at the opponent field goal percentage, that tells the whole story. They gave up way too many good looks. When they come out of the break, they got to play way tougher, Ernie. Get those hands up. Get in your opponent's face. Do something.
And that's it for halftime, as the second half is just about to get underway. See you after the game.
And as we begin the second half, first half wasn't even close, guys, and we'll see if there is a comeback on our hands or more of the same as we get the third quarter started. Really an incredible game from Stephen Curry.
I know we've said this many times before, but what a great first half. Just an offensive juggernaut.
And, you know, in the end, I wouldn't be surprised if we're talking about what a great second half he had, guys. I mean, he can usually keep it going for all 4 quarters.
Third quarter action getting rolling right now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. And Golden State looking at who they've got. The Splash Brothers are the guards. Draymond Green is out there with Durant, and it's Pachulia in at the 5. From deep, Green. The rebound by Gasol. For so long, there has been this mindset that Golden State wins through offense, but their defense, you know, Gia, you were talking about this, is where the true strength of this team lies.
I think that's what's really allowed them to separate when you look at the rest of the league. I mean, they led the league in opponents' field goal percentage last season, and some nights the shots weren't falling, but the defense always showed up.
And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here.
And you know, with the Warriors, it goes beyond the stats. High character guys, tremendous culture. They had a lot of guys that could guard multiple positions and defend them well. That was a big reason they became champs. Oh, what a sweet stroke from Curry on that one.
The Grizzlies trail by 21. Timeout called, the Grizzlies.
And you just look at this Warriors roster, and there are a ton of defensive playmakers. That ability to switch everything and be fine is what made them so tough on the defensive side of the ball.
A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear Dave Yeager coaching his team during that break. He made it clear that their offense needed to run through Marc Gasol. Coach has a lot of faith in him offensively and let his players know it, insisting that he be at the forefront of what they do at that end of the court from here on out. Coach was not wasting any time in altering their strategy here in the second half, and Kevin, he's going to have to hope those changes take effect quickly.
Thanks, Doris.
He's played an important role in their offense today, guys. Without him, they may not be in the league.
Grizzlies have gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. Conley kicks to Gasol. And another miss by Memphis.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And it's been a well-rounded performance. I mean, strong rebounding has certainly been at the center of it, but it's been good on a number of levels.
Parsons' shot is off.
I tell you what, folks, I bet he won't miss that shot next time he takes it.
And now here comes Conley leading the break. And Durant sends it back. Here's Green. Parsons with the rebound. Parsons got 3 rebounds so far in the game. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kev. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points.
How can you forget about him? I mean, he's not going to miss that open of a look. And, guys, one thing sometimes gets lost. I mean, Mike Conley is a proven winner. Remember, you go back in high school, won 3 state titles, and the one season at Ohio State led them to the national title game. So that aspect of what he brings, the intangibles, you're going to be a winner if Mike Conley's on your roster.
Back to Gasol, to the paint. That's good from Randolph on the assist by Gasol. 6 points for Zach Randolph.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Nobody near Parsons. Gets the front of the rim and out. Warriors leading by 20. Here's Durant. That's in for his 8th bucket tonight. A hot 8 for 11 shooting so far. For Memphis, they've gone 4 of 9 from the floor so far in the third. It's Gasol with the drive. Here's Allen. Drops in the layup for 2. Allen's got his second basket.
Not fazed at all by having a bigger defender on him down low, and I really thought he would be.
You know, at first glance, you wouldn't think that he'd be comfortable in that particular situation, but, boy, I tell you what, he didn't look like he was out of his element at all right there.
No one near Conley as he lets it go. And again, it's Memphis with the 3.
That is not enough coverage. Got to do better than that defensively. Basically, no coverage. I mean, defense did not look very good there.
Outside Curry. Some nice passing by Golden State here. Durant for 3. Field goal number 9. He's 9 of 12 with that basket.
And how about that for a response?
Well, it sounded as though, or at least it looked as though it sounded like, we'll give you a 3, and then we'll take it right back.
Gasol a screen. Conley dishes to Gasol. And, yep, couple bounces, and it falls. Gasol's got 12.
Yeah, that's asking a lot from that defender.
Yeah, it certainly is. I mean, he just doesn't have the size to really be effective in that kind of matchup.
For 3, Durant, and he trains the 3, but let's see, they may need to review it. I'm not sure the ball was out of his hand in time. And not so fast. The officials are going to check that shot again and make sure they got it right before we go to the 4th.
And now that we've gotten a chance to see it in slow-mo, I think the ruling has to be that he did not beat the buzzer with that shot.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, the replay center in Secaucus giving us the perfect angle, and he wasn't quick enough on his release, it would appear. That extra little split second made the difference.
And they've seen enough. The basket will not count. The quarter has come to an end before the shot.
Still important to have a second look at it, Kevin. I mean,
let's keep it going for your Warriors girls. And we're getting underway here in the 4th quarter. The scoreboard tells the story in this matchup, but we'll see how much things change up here. Looking at the last game for the Golden State Warriors, it was a win against New Orleans. On the court for Memphis to start the 4th. Carter is out there with Brandon Wright. Then there's B. Then it's Conley. And it's Duncan in at the 5 spot. To the wing right side. And here's Conley outside. And again, it's the Grizzlies from deep.
You know, that's how you do it, guys. I mean, he passed his way out of the double team and into an easy basket.
Iguodala, no good.
Oh, that's terrific defense there. That's how you protect the rim.
Baldwin, he's covered by Thompson. Verjao comes with the double team. Pass to Conley. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Thompson. Green, he's checked in for Anderson Verjao. Puts it up off the inbound. And it's Conley that time on the assist from Duncan. 8 points for Mike Conley.
Couldn't run the inbound play any better than right there.
Iguodala outside. There's the dish to Livingston. From deep, Green, and he gets it to go. And the Warriors lead by 16.
And that tells you a lot about why the score is where it is. Lazy defense.
Timeout called, the Grizzlies. Last season, Draymond Green taking over the starting power forward role in Golden State. Last season, David Lee was injured, remember, in preseason. Green was inserted, and he's been terrific ever since.
Absolutely superb. A former second-round pick, his emergence has fueled this team's rise to greatness.
Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. And the whistle blow is going to be on Andre Iguodala. That is his first foul of the game.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
Yeah, but in this case, I think he got it right. I mean, the defender was still moving there and never really had good legal guarding position. He wasn't set.
A wide open look here for Wright. And that one falls coming off Conley's feed. Conley's got assist number 10 tonight with that last one.
And I really have always felt Draymond Green was one of those unique players. I mean, he kind of a tweener in terms of that small forward, power forward at only 6'7". But he's got toughness. The long arms enable him to defend bigger guys. And also the basketball IQ. You can never discount the importance of understanding what you're doing when you're on the floor.
Boy, they are passing the ball very crisply right now.
They really are, and their last 3 buckets have come by way of an assist.
Thompson outside. Unloads. Gets to the corner and buries it.
And with Draymond Green, he can defend inside. He can cover on the perimeter. I mean, his versatility at both ends of the floor also a huge asset. And you can't have a higher basketball IQ than he does. It really helps him excel at all facets of the game.
They've raised their field goal percentage just above 50% here. They actually look like a totally different team than what we saw in the first half. Much better execution offensively.
Crafty move. He takes it up and lays it in.
Another gap in the defense found there, and they've really had their number today.
Conley with it, picked up by Thompson. They double-team Conley. It's stolen by Green. 1:52 left in the fourth quarter. And Thompson kicks to Green. No good on the triple. Looking at the last game for the Golden State Warriors, it was a win against the Pelicans in New Orleans. Conley, the pass to Wright. Carter drives in. Back to Wright. Here's Duncan. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a three-point play.
And the rebound and the follow show you what he is all about. Gritty and determined with the soft touch to match.
Catching up on the changes for Golden State. Pachulia, he's checked in for West. Durant comes in for Andre Iguodala. And it's Stephen Curry in for Sean Livingston. The Grizzlies trail by 11. Dishes it to Randolph. Kicks it out to Allen. To the left wing. Duncan with a screen on Durant. Parsons, the open look. And the shot falls short this time. Golden State's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth.
And we'll just watch the clock wind down, guys, in what will turn out to be a win here for the Warriors.
Clark, their shot blocking turned out to give them a big advantage in this game.
Well, they were disciplined and focused, I thought, all game long, Kevin. Excellent defense around the rim.
And during the long NBA season, each contest important here tonight. Tonight's win will give them 4 on the season.
They can chalk this one up, but these two teams will see plenty more of one another before the season's over.
And, Greg, we know familiarity breeds contempt. I would expect things to become more heated as these teams face each other going forward.
And what a huge standout performance it was for Durant. There wasn't much they could do to slow him down as he was converting every good chance he got.
Here is Carter. Here's Randolph. Nice work on the board. It's paying off with the basket.
Really strong rebounding on the interior, and he gets the easy putback.
Now Curry. Shot from the top of the key. Good on the jump shot. And the Warriors lead by 14.
I don't want to say they're trying to run up the score here, but they do keep adding to the lead.
Boy, I know you don't want to say it, but I will, partner. I mean, they're trying to run the score up here. It's plain and simple. They're trying to throw salt all in that wound.
That's his second personal foul. Shooting for Golden State, Baldwin. 2 shots.
And he can't get the first one. So he comes up empty at the line. On offense, here are the Warriors. Earlier, they held a 23-point lead. Iguodala. And Wright pulls it down. Feeds to Randolph. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in.
And they're clearly finishing strong here, but not enough time to pull it out.
Yeah, it does look like they're going to end on a high note. Too bad this run didn't develop sooner for them.
So we see the Warriors taking the game here. Some good moments throughout this one, but they have the clear advantage down the stretch.
Yeah, and I thought good execution really played a big part throughout.
And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Steph, in a big win here at home, obviously. How important is the momentum for playing a game like this?
Well, we just needed to win tonight. I mean, that was big for our morale and our locker room. And, you know, we got to practice today tomorrow to watch the film and keep getting better. It does feel good to win, but we do have another tough game coming in. So we'll be ready and hopefully protect home court again.
Stephen, thank you. Kevin, you got to love that he's never satisfied.
Thank you, Doris. Great interview once again. And that'll do it, folks. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for tuning in. And now the award-winning Ernie Johnson will take it from here. We'll see you next time.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Welcome back, everybody. Ernie Johnson here along with Shaq and the Jet as we present our Jordan Player of the Game, Kevin Durant.
I don't know if there's a fan base that loves their star more than this crowd. Wow. I'm getting jealous, and he feeds off that support. Once they got behind him, he became unstoppable, man.
I can't imagine a player having a better night from the field than he had tonight. His shooting percentage was off the charts. He used every trick in the book to get those high percentage shots. He shot from every direction, and there was a little bit of luck here and there, but he was on fire.
And that'll do it for tonight. For Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and our illustrious 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson. Have a good night, everybody.
And during the few moments that we have left, we want to talk right down to earth in a language that everybody here can easily understand.